"We needed to make a change." That one sentence from Maxx Crosby captures a harsh reality in the NFL. Even respected coaches can lose their jobs when the scoreboard doesn't match expectations. And this is where it gets controversial. Was firing Chip Kelly really the right move, or just the most convenient one? On Sunday night, the Raiders dismissed first-year offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, ending his tenure with the team after just part of a season in charge of the offense. The very next day, star defensive end Maxx Crosby, widely seen as the Raiders' best player and the current face of the franchise, spoke publicly about the decision and offered a surprisingly balanced mix of respect, disappointment, and cold business logic. Crosby explained that he had admired Kelly long before they ever worked together, following his career and success from a distance. Growing up, Crosby was a serious Ohio State supporter, and his dad is an even bigger Buckeyes fan. So when Kelly helped them secure a national championship last year, it made the idea of him joining the Raiders especially exciting. From Crosby's perspective, having someone with that kind of winning background come into the building felt like a big step forward for the offense and the organization. Once Kelly arrived in Las Vegas, Crosby said their personal relationship was consistently positive. Kelly treated him well, and the two developed what Crosby described as a cool connection, suggesting there was mutual respect and good communication between them. That context is important because it shows Crosby's comments were not coming from a place of dislike or personal conflict. Instead, they reflect the tough decisions that happen even when people get along. However, Crosby emphasized a reality that many fans hate to hear. The NFL is above all a results-driven business. He pointed out that when an offense continues to struggle, the pressure builds, and someone on the coaching staff usually ends up taking the fall. In his words, it ultimately comes down to production, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And when those numbers are not where they need to be, changes become almost inevitable. Crosby also made it clear that the decision to let Kelly go was not his to make. He described it as above my pay grade, signaling that this was a call from higher up in the organization, the front office and leadership, not the players. At the same time, he acknowledged that he understood the logic behind the move, saying he felt the team needed to make a change given how the offense had been performing. That comment in particular could spark debate. Is it fair that coordinators are often the first to be blamed when a unit struggles, even if there are personnel or structural issues beyond their control? Despite the dismissal, Crosby went out of his way to express genuine goodwill toward Kelly. He said he wishes Kelly nothing but the best and fully expects him to bounce back and be back doing his thing in the near future. For fans, that raises an interesting point. In the NFL ecosystem, getting fired does not always mean a career is over. Sometimes it is just another chapter in a long coaching journey. Financially, Kelly is far from unprotected by this move. He signed a 3-year contract worth $18 million, and the remaining value on that deal is still owed to him until he lands another job. In practical terms, this means that even while he's between roles, he continues to be paid under the terms of that agreement. It's a reminder that while NFL coaching jobs are unstable, the contracts often provide significant security once signed. Looking ahead, Kelly is likely to get plenty of interest at the college level, especially with many programs frequently changing coaches or coordinators. There are always openings in the college ranks, and his past success there makes him an appealing candidate for schools searching for an experienced offensive mind. But here's where many fans may disagree. After 3 unsuccessful attempts to stick in the NFL, it may be unrealistic to expect another shot at a pro coaching role anytime soon, if ever. That last point is ripe for debate. Some will argue that Kelly's creative offensive ideas still have a place in the modern NFL, and that in the right situation with the right personnel, he could succeed. Others will say the league has already moved past his style, and that his impact is better suited to college programs where he has more control and can recruit players who fit his system. So what do you think? Was firing Chip Kelly a necessary move for the Raiders? Or a rush decision that puts too much blame on one coach? And should teams give coaches like Kelly more time to adapt to the NFL? Or is the produce now or get out mentality simply the reality of today's game?